What's the deal, YouTube? Jimbo, and I'm back with another video. And just as I promised about the part from the NSX. So before I even start this video, let me apologize to the NSX brothers out there. And if you stumble across this video, I just want to say I'm sorry for doing this, and it's only for the greater good of my S2000. And some of these parts might be gone after this video, possibly. So I do apologize in advance to my NSX brothers out there. I love you guys, and hey, that's all I gotta say. But anyways, let me get back to the topic at hand. So I mentioned in my last video that I have a part from an NSX. So the part from the NSX, what I have here is this part number right there. So if you guys don't know what this is the NSX R mesh shift boot from the 2002 model. And the cool thing about this, the main reason, is because it's mesh. I always like the look of this shift boot. Every time I look at it on the images, I'm like, man, I think that would look cool on the S2K. So I've decided to pull the trigger, and I got the boot. And one thing that pains me about making this video, to be quite honest, is having to dissect this part. I'm gonna have to kind of take it apart. I'll explain more on the video when I get it done, because honestly, this part is expensive. It's kind of pricey, and I don't want to mess it up. So I hope I do it justice and I do it right the first time on the S2K. And but yeah, I've always liked the interior of the NSX, the NSX R. Because as many of you guys know, an NSX is literally like the pinnacle of Honda, and I would consider like the S2000 probably like the under the NSX in a sense, and then on the same level, I guess, the Type R and stuff like that. But yeah, like everybody dreams about the NSX and about owning an NSX or potentially driving an NSX. And I think, like, I would say, well, I'm gonna speak for myself. I don't know if everyone else feels that way, but everybody that owns an S2000 wants to embody the NSX in their S2000, if that makes any sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I consider the S2000 a baby NSX. And everybody wishes to embody that same feeling with the NSX, but obviously the NSX is very unique in its own right, and rightfully so. The NSX is like the absolute of Honda engineering and racing. So yeah, let me get started on unboxing this little piece. All right, so this is actually my first time opening this and actually looking at it in person, so I'm kind of excited to see what it actually looks like. Man, I love taking out car parts. Ooh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take off the staples off of here. And I'm gonna pry them out all around here, and then I'm gonna just line it up with the bezel on the shift boot from the S2K. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it. I just have to take off staples off of this thing. I have no use for this. It looks like it got some faux carbon fiber trim on here. It looks cool. Sadly, I won't be able to use any of this besides this, so I literally paid just for this piece right here. But man, I hope it's man, it's gonna look so cool in the S2K. I can't wait. So let's get started. First is we're gonna have to take off the shift knob, so just carefully with the 14. Just put the shift knob somewhere. And then we're gonna have to take off this whole entire panel, because what I want to take off is this bezel right here, and just replace this boot. So you're gonna want to pull it right here. Go. All right, so I'm in my kitchen, and for this part, you're gonna obviously need like a Phillips. You're gonna take off this right here. Take out these 2 screws that are holding onto the boot. I have this little mini flathead, so I'm gonna fucking pry this boot out. Oh, there we go. I can take off this part right here. Take time to clean all this other screw that's behind the plastic trim. There we go. Worn out shift boot. You can see from the top, it's all stiff. Alright, so this next part, what I'm gonna do is gonna carefully pry out these little staples, then line it up with this bezel right here. So yeah. All right, so I got the shift boot off, and it looks like there's another bezel that I have to peel back, and I started looking at it, and it looks like it has some adhesion on here, so I'm just gonna pull back on it like that. Seems to be coming off. Maybe just pull it back now. There we go. And this is what we want, the boot. The boot is, we're gonna line it up as best as we can possible. So you can use like a little corkscrew for this part. I got this pick. You can poke a hole through the shift boot. Don't worry about poking a hole through it because it's mesh. So as long as you don't poke a super big hole, it just literally has to be enough, like that size, so it can hold. All right, so now I have the boot on the bezel.
As you can see, you're probably gonna be struggling with this adhesive stuff. It is pretty sticky, it gets stuck to your fingers. And then the whole, like, as you're trying to line up the holes or try to like see how much slack you have so you can kind of like even it out. As you can see, it's kind of like crooked, but it's on there. It's kind of, probably won't be as noticeable in the car, but yeah, just like you would have to wrestle with the adhesive tape, and also these little plastic little prong things. You try not to bend these as well, because they're really easy to bend, especially if it's been so long. See, look, like this one's done, this one's bent already, so it's gonna give me a hard time probably putting it back on here. Hopefully it doesn't, but I'm gonna see once I put it on there. It's definitely a whole lot better than this worn out leather boot from the top, as you can see from all the years of being out in the sun and all that stuff. But hey, weight reduction right here. This is weight reduction. So now I'm gonna put it on the actual thing right now. Yeah, so you just want to take your time when you're putting on this thing, because it is pretty time consuming trying to see how much slack you have for the boot. Now I'm gonna put it on. Should snap into place. So you shouldn't worry about the boot coming loose, because as you can see when I was putting it on, it see, look, see, it's nice and snug. I tucked it underneath the little hooks right here where it snaps on. As long as you tuck it in, it shouldn't come off at all. Especially now that that I'm gonna put on the little roof button and all that stuff. Come on. And that's the mesh boot right there, already looking clean. So there it is, the NSX R mesh shift boot with the million shift knob. No, it's hardly noticeable, obviously, you know, because it's dark and stuff. But I mean, it looks cool. I like it. I like the way it looks. It kind of like livens up the interior. It kind of brings it back to life rather than having that worn out leather.
Alright guys, so that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The outcome for what I expected was it looks clean, but it did pain me a little bit taking it apart. Like, you know, knowing that it's from an NSX, especially a limited edition of an NSX at that. But hey, it's all for the sake of the build, all in the details. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off at that. If you stuck around towards the end of this video, I'm gonna be working on a project for the channel. I don't know how it's gonna be received, but at the same time, it's just like, it's something that I kind of like, it's an idea that I've been playing around in my head with. So I figured I might as well try it out and see what happens. For the most part, most of these videos I've been buying parts. Some of them I've ordered previously, but I just had to wait for them to arrive to me. So that's why it's been like a consistent flow of videos. But I'm gonna keep it 100% honest with you guys. I'm not rich. I don't have unlimited funds. So this is like, it just happened to work out the way, you know, like it just did. So part of the next project that I have in mind for the channel, it still relates in the realm of projects and builds and stuff, but it's like, it's something that put a light on, you know, but it has more something to do with people in the city, and that embody the hobby and the culture that we all love and enjoy. And I figured like I might as well try it out, see what happens, you know. So, like if obviously you guys are gonna let me know if it sucks or not. So I would appreciate that. And but yeah, I'm gonna give it a try. And like don't worry, like I'm still building the S2000. That's still like, you know, the main objective of this channel, overall experimentation of the channel. And so yeah, so stay tuned for what I have in store. I think it might be a little interesting to some people, and hopefully you guys might like it. It is an idea that I've been playing around in my head, and I kind of want to go through with it. It'll be a nice addition to the channel, and just like I guess it's gonna be trial and error from here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys for sticking around towards the end. Stay tuned for more content. Like it's like I'm gonna be like gradually putting out more S2000 build content like as I go. It's gonna be like a gradual build up. It's not gonna be like all in your face. This is like pretty much, you know, kind of like a marathon, honestly, as cliche as that sounds. But so till the next video, later.